It's now 4:30. This is WKYT This Morning. Investigators in Anderson County say they have tracked down another suspect involved in a murder case. How they found the suspect ahead.
Friends and family in Jessamine County are mourning the loss of a young mother who was killed in a crash. How her family is remembering her coming up.
And a Lexington congregation remembering 4 members of their church killed in a crash in Texas this weekend. All that and more ahead on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you and welcome. We hope you had a nice weekend. Here we are Monday, the 23rd of May. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. And what a weekend it was. A lot of rain, but now we've got a lot of sun coming along,
and
right?
beautiful yesterday. I mean, just an outstanding day. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. We get to keep that a little while, huh?
We actually do for, another couple of days, and we're going to be holding on to that Monday, Tuesday, but Wednesday off into your weekend. Here comes some rain chances back in the forecast. But you know what? That's not even my focus of the forecast. I'm going to show you that in just a couple of seconds. Temperatures are there in the 50s this morning, a couple of 40s sprinkled in here and there. It's not a bad start to the day. And then we get into the afternoon, 77, extremely pleasant conditions, much like what you felt yesterday and saw yesterday. It's what you're going to be feeling and seeing today. They're pretty much twins of each other. Then we hit Tuesday, it gets a lot warmer. And we hit Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it gets much warmer, well above average temperatures. We'll be well into the 80s. I'm going to show you that heat in the forecast coming up.
Thank you. Investigators out of Anderson County say they have 5 of the 6 people wanted in connection with a murder now in custody.
Lexington police arrested 27-year-old Jordan Jackson yesterday afternoon. They say he faces charges in connection with the October death of 18-year-old DeMichael Bolton. WKYT's Caitlin Sittner shows us how police tracked him down.
It was a routine traffic stop. That was until police put a man in handcuffs. Lexington police say it was around 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. They arrested 27-year-old Jordan Jackson on a murder warrant out of Anderson County. And now he's in the Lexington Fayette Detention Center behind bars. This makes the 5th person charged this month in connection with the 2015 killing of a Lexington teenager. Just last week, Kendall Berry, Kenneth Berry, William Edwards, and Antoine James were all charged with murder. All 4 were already behind bars, and according to court records, each has a lengthy criminal history with drugs. 2 other men were mentioned in an arrest citation, one of them being Jackson. We checked his court records, and he's also faced drug charges. It was back in October. Kentucky State Police were working a traffic stop near a Kentucky State University homecoming after party. Troopers say they heard loud gunshots, and that's when they found 18-year-old DeMichael Bolton's body in the parking lot of Eagle Lake Convention Center. We spoke to friends and family of the teen earlier this week.
Sadness and happiness all at the same time.
We already had ideas, and we was just when is something gonna happen, but it's here now, so that's good.
Police are still searching for that 6th person in connection with the murder. In Lexington, Caitlin Sittner, WKYT.
Detectives say they saw William Edwards and Kendall Berry in a video shooting a handgun around a group of people.
Friends and family in Jessamine County are mourning the loss of a young mother. Deputies say 20-year-old Corianna Blackford from Harrodsburg died early Saturday morning in a crash, and we're told she was on her way to work at the time. WKYT's Hillary Thornton has spoken to the family.
You're thinking, and then something will just click that reminds you of her, or you'll get a thought about her or something, and we loved her. She was a good person.
Friends and family still trying to grasp what happened out here along US 68 in Wilmore Saturday morning. 20-year-old Corianna Blackford losing control of her vehicle, hitting this tree, killing the young woman who everyone we spoke to says had a bright future.
She's gone way too soon. She's a beautiful person.
While not her own daughter, Tammy Coulter still proudly claims Blackford as her own, dating her son Corey since she was only 13 years old.
I don't know what he's going to do without her, because he's always been with her. That's his heart, and she was his.
The crash out here along US 68 not only killing the person that her son has called best friend for many years, but also taking the life of the person that her grandchildren call mother.
They had 2 boys. Brayson is 6 months and Brendan is 2. That was her life. She loved my son. And she loved those babies.
A young woman who adored her family, always wearing a smile as she put others first.
I hate that the boys aren't going to get to grow up with her and see what kind of person she was. Because she lived for them. She worked for them. That's what she was doing that day that she got killed. She was on her way to work.
In Jessamine County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And visitation for Blackford is tomorrow. Her funeral will be on Wednesday. The Jessamine County Sheriff's Office is also investigating a deadly motorcycle crash. Deputies say 41-year-old Shane Carson was going north on Old Danville Road yesterday afternoon near the Jessamine-Garrett County line when he lost control and hit several trees. Deputies say he was not wearing a helmet.
A Lexington congregation is remembering 4 members of their church killed in a crash in Texas this weekend. The Avalar family was visiting Texas when police say a driver rear-ended their van, pushing them into oncoming traffic. Israel Avalar and his 3 sons, Kevin, Daniel, and Matthew, died. His wife, Hilda, daughter Kimberly, and mother Sarah are still in the hospital. We do not know their conditions this morning. The family attended Clays Mill Road Baptist Church in Lexington. The congregation held a special service to pray for and remember the family.
He would go out every week inviting folks to church, giving the gospel to people personally. They were young people of great respect and character, all of the children were.
Pastor Fugit says the family's other daughter, who did not go on the trip, is now in Texas. Kerr Brothers Funeral Home in Lexington is handling all funeral arrangements.
The family of a fallen Jessamine County paramedic is back in the Bluegrass after a trip to Washington, D.C. John Mackey was one of 32 EMS workers honored in our nation's capital over the weekend. Nicholasville police say back in November, the ambulance Mackey was in clipped a car, and when he got out to check the ambulance, a driver hit him. Organizers added Mackey's name to a gold leaf and put it on the National EMS Memorial Tree of Life.
It was nice to see EMS nationally recognized for the job that they love, the sacrifices they make for family, friends, to help others. So, you know, it was hard. It was a hard week for not just our family, but the other 31 families.
During the ceremony, Mackey's family received a U.S. flag, a white rose, and a medallion.
Deputies in Wayne County have made another arrest in connection to a string of burglaries. Deputies arrested Frankie Higginbotham Saturday night. They say he was a passenger in a car they stopped on Kentucky 92. Deputies believe Higginbotham is the 3rd person responsible for several burglaries. They arrested the other 2, Shane Savage and Timothy Brown, earlier this weekend. Investigators in Montgomery County are looking for a thief. Mount Sterling police say this man was involved in a theft at Walmart. They say he left in a white box-style Grand Cherokee with a UK license plate.
A Hardin County man is facing assault charges after deputies say he hurt his son so badly that they had to rush him to the hospital. Court records claim 22-year-old Justin Owens injured his month-old baby on Saturday. Investigators say the baby arrived at the hospital with a fractured skull and a brain injury. Owens first claimed he tripped while carrying the baby and that the fall caused the injuries. Deputies say he later changed his story and admitted to losing his temper. Neighbors say they have offered to help Owens with the baby.
I would have taken that baby in a heartbeat until he calmed down. And I'd say the same thing to everybody else, you know, make sure that you have a support in place. Your cousin, your mom, your sister, your neighbor.
Owens is scheduled to be in court today in Hardin County.
Lexington firefighters are trying to figure out what caused a fire that destroyed a home. The fire started around 1 yesterday afternoon at a home on Camper Down Court off Lane Allen Road. Firefighters say a neighbor saw smoke and called 911. Everyone inside got out safely. The home suffered significant damage. UK police are investigating an arson. They say someone broke into Reynolds Warehouse No. 1 Saturday night and set furniture on fire. No one was injured and crews didn't report any major damage to the building.
A Laurel County shelter is getting a second chance at giving others a second chance. A group of pastors is reopening the doors of a Christian homeless shelter in London. The shelter originally opened in 2007, but it closed in the fall of 2015. The pastors bought the building at an auction, and they want to get back now to helping the homeless in the area.
We see people that unfortunately have lost jobs, uncertain circumstances in life have knocked them down, and many people just pretend like they're not there, and we see it.
The group is meeting tonight at 6:30 at the River of Life Fellowship in London, and they are inviting the public to attend. Well, it's good to have you with us on WKYT this morning. We have some other brighter things going on in the news as well this morning, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on your Monday. We're just getting started.
A Nebraska mom turns a tragedy into a learning opportunity for kids. Her story next on WKYT this morning.
40s and 50s this morning. It's a bit of a cool start, but boy, does it warm up big time the next few days. I'm going to show you how high we go coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Another really good-looking day in store. I'm not really seeing anything go on for today. Kicking off your work week, just like we finished off the weekend, we're seeing temperatures outside feeling quite nice early this morning, and by the afternoon, it's going to be much warmer, just like we felt yesterday. Defender Radar Network, nothing going on as you step out the door, so really no issues whatsoever. It's a little bit of a cool start in some spots. We've got a pair of 48s in Boyle County and also Madison County, and then work your way northbound. Still some. We still have 2 or 3 more hours of actually cooling off left, so yeah, some of us will be in the 40s. When it's all said and done, Lexington will finish off right around 50. Frankfort will actually be in the upper 40s. Down south, still holding on to some 40s and 50s. So it's not a cold start, but it's not a warm start, I can promise you that. But by the afternoon, look at that, 77 degrees. This is where we were yesterday. That's actual reading out of the Bluegrass Airport here in Lexington. A lot of us, mid to upper 70s. A lot of sunshine, too. Nothing going on the next 24 to 48 hours. It is calm overnight and into tomorrow morning, holding on to the 50s once again. Huge dome of higher pressure off toward our east. And what I always talk about when you think of higher pressure, you think of that H, you think of happy, because here comes some warmer air and also dry conditions. Next 48 hours, I'm really not seeing much go on. And then 80s creep on in here as we slide towards your midweek and late week. And you're talking about not just 82, 83. We'll have 82 tomorrow, but we're talking mid to upper 80s as we slide towards your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe even Saturday and Sunday, depending on the rain chances. But there's a front to our north, and I was looking at the system earlier this morning as I was forecasting, and it's a weird front. It just doesn't move. It kind of creeps off into the Ohio River Valley and just kind of stalls out. It doesn't move that much. However, it'll still give us a couple of rumbles through midweek and late week, but we're talking 30–40% chances of rain. These are not great chances. This is no washout. But yeah, a couple of rumbles of thunder are expected. Don't look at the icons and think, man, here we go. We're just a lot of rain Wednesday through Sunday. It's not working like that. You'll still get big breaks in the action. So you'll have more dry days than actual wet days in the forecast, but nonetheless, we still got to throw those chances in there. So 30–40%, guys, that is no washout. It's not going to be like what we saw 2 weeks ago or last week or anything like
good.
that. Yeah, that's real good, because we needed a little bit of break, kind of dry this ground out. But yeah, the heat is what I'm going to be paying attention to the next few days. Big time heat.
Looks
anyway.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Warming up here. All right, thank you. Our time this morning, 4:46. Children's books can help teach your kids many important lessons.
That includes an important life skill that may prevent kids from drowning. Here's today's Mom's Everyday Minute.
May is National Water Safety Month. Unfortunately, drowning is the second leading cause of death in kids aged 1 to 14. Blake and Kathy Collingsworth lost their son Joshua to drowning. Since, they've written a book that teaches the importance of early childhood water training. It's called Josh the Otter.
And it's about having a new baby otter, and everybody wants to come, all the other otters want to come see it. And the mother was very adamant about, he can't go out on his own until he learns how to float, and goes over the talking about, always swimming with a buddy, and never go around water unless they're with an adult. So those are the 3 main messages in the book. We just didn't see very much education to children, And that's who we were losing. We were losing our youngest children. And Float for Life literally teaches children from 6 months to 3 years old to flip on their back if they fall in the pool and kick to the side of the edge of the pool and hold their breath. We consider it a life skill.
We're sharing what you and your kids should know about water safety at momseveryday.com.
Good stuff to know this time of year. For these tips and more, just go to WKYT.com and click on Moms Every Day.
And we have your weather forecast and all the latest news right there on our website as well. And when WKYT This Morning returns live in just a moment, and we have a lot more news on the way.
In Egypt, those lost in Egypt Air Flight 804 are being remembered while investigators continue to piece together what happened to the plane. That's ahead on WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. 4:51 is the time, bright and early on your Monday. Let's make the best of it, right?
Let's do.
Memorial services were held in Egypt over the weekend for some of the victims of the Egypt Air plane crash.
More search teams have arrived to help look for debris from Flight 804. The U.S., Britain, and France have sent military ships and planes to help. The U.S. Navy says their plane found pieces of debris from the Egypt airplane and from the black box data recorder. They haven't yet pulled it out of the sea. The cause of the crash that killed 66 people is still undetermined.
For the first time in about 2 decades, opioid prescriptions in the United States are declining. Encouraging news. The prescriptions of painkillers have skyrocketed since 1996 when OxyContin hit the market. But a new study shows that doctors are starting to heed the warnings about the highly addictive nature of the drugs. The drop in prescriptions is not translating, though, into fewer deaths from opioids. The paper says that fatal overdoses continue to rise, claiming more than 28,000 lives in 2014.
2 retired professional boxers are bringing boxing back to the bluegrass, in hopes of fighting the growing drug problem. Next month, for the first time in the history of the Corbin Arena in southern Kentucky, professional boxing is coming to town. Nate and Tony Tubbs say the event is the first of 4 as part of their Lives Matter, Put Down the Drugs and Pick Up the Gloves boxing series. A portion of the proceeds from each event will go to Operation Unite, a nonprofit charity to fight narcotics addiction in Kentucky.
They get people off drugs, get them into rehabs, get them into basically getting their lives back functionable in the right direction.
Now, the fight card has yet to be set, but the event is scheduled for June 25th at the Corbin Arena. Tickets go on sale next week. Good idea.
Yeah, an effort to do some good there. Coming up next, we'll have a look at some of the stories our news team is working on for you on this Monday morning.
We'll also have another look at your morning forecast coming up.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. 4:56 is the time on your Monday.
Now it's time to take a look at some of the stories we're working on this morning.
Today, 4 fallen Kentucky officers will be honored at the Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony that will be held in Richmond. Those 4 officers died in the line of duty last year. We're looking ahead to today's ceremony that will feature Governor Matt Bevin as the keynote speaker. That's coming up. A report at the top of the hour.
And the man who Lexington police have charged with the murder of a woman here in Lexington is due in court today. 45-year-old William Pomeroy turned himself into police hours after his girlfriend's body was found. We're looking ahead to what Pomeroy can expect in court today. That's coming up at the top of the hour.
Almost a summer feel out there expected today and tomorrow. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
You know, that's the focus as we go throughout your work week. It's not so much about the storms returning, because you're not going to be seeing a lot of rain out of this as we approach mid and late week. It's more about the temperatures. Temperatures there in the 40s and 50s early this morning. It's a little bit on the cool side, I'll tell you that. And then we head throughout your day. We'll be right around 70 degrees there by noontime, 77 by the afternoon, and 77 is actually where we finished off yesterday, but an absolutely fantastic day in store to kick off your work week. 77 is actually our coolest temperature in your 7-day forecast. I'm going to talk all about that coming up with another hour of WKYT News, so stick with us. Actually, we have 2 more hours of WKYT News. Stick with us. We'll see you right back here coming up in just a couple of minutes.